and welcome back to another She Budgets YouTube video. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Sarah and I love all things budgeting, planning and personal finance. In today's video, we are going to be looking at the fourth pay budget sheet for March, as we had just received our fourth pay for this month. So let's get started. Okay, so this is the sheets that we are going to be filling out today. So up here we've got March pay for budget. So this is the sheet we're going to be doing. I use also the calendar. Sorry about the scribble. My son got to my budget planner. But I use this calendar page as well to help me fill out this section. If you are new here, this is the budget planner that I have created. There are still some available on our website. We only have about 10 of the Gingham budget planners left. There is about 80 left of the Mays, which is this one. So if you are wanting to grab one, go ahead and grab one. They are undated. So the calendars are undated, so they can be picked up and used whichever month. So I might just flip this over and I'll zoom you in a little bit. Okay, so first thing I do is I'll go and fill in the pay period. So it's the 20th to the 26th of March is what we are focusing on for this one. We do a zero-based budget. If you're not sure what that is, I've got a lot of information on my Instagram and Facebook about it, but essentially it is all your money coming in, you assign a job to do, and at the end you should have $0 left. So income, Colin and I both get paid weekly. So Colin's income this week, he worked away last week and did a lot of overtime. So he got a lot more than what he normally does. So he got $2,676 for the week, which was really good. And I work part-time and I pay myself a little bit from She Budgets as well. So I got for the week $1,112. And then we also had a Facebook Marketplace sale of just $15. So I'll add that there as well. So the total income we are working with for this week is $3,803. So I move firstly into our fixed expenses. So fixed expenses, they usually are just always the same amount. I know exactly how much they're going to be, and I've added them to the calendar. So this is where I look to see what's coming out this week. So for us this week, it's my gym membership on the 20th, which is $45 a week. We also have car insurance payment. We pay that fortnightly on the 21st. That is $52. Next, we have our mortgage. So we pay that weekly. We are still, luckily, half of it is on a fixed interest rate of 1.94 and the other, I think, is on like 6% at the moment. So our payments are $608. That fixed interest rate comes off in January. So we've got a little bit of time. Hopefully interest rates, fingers crossed, come a little bit down by then, but we'll wait and see. Next, we have our utilities, which we pay a small amount to each week. We direct debit them into that. So that's $140 for those. That includes water, electricity, rates, gas. Colin's gym membership, which is paid weekly, is coming out on the 22nd as well, and that's $19. We have a cleaner who comes, and that's on the 25th for $100. Next, we have childcare. So Sunny has just started 1 day a week at childcare. He's only been there for a short amount of time so far. He gets a bit sad at drop-off time, which makes me a bit sad, but I'm hoping he will get used to it very soon. And we don't have our childcare subsidy yet finalised, so it's like in process on Centrelink. So we have to pay the $149 at the moment, but hopefully that kicks in soon. I think it'll be around $50 or $60 a week that we'll have to pay. So hoping that kicks in very soon, because that's a lot of money to pay for 1 day a week. And then we just have a buffer because sometimes I might have forgotten to pay to budget for a bill, or a bill might have been a bit more expensive. So I always just like to have a bit of money in this fixed expense account because that is separate to our other accounts that we have. So we will just go and add those up. So down the bottom here we have our totals. So the fixed total for this week is $1,133. So then what you do is you get your income, which was $3,803. We then minus the fixed expenses, $1,133, and it will leave us with a remainder to work with. So it leaves us with $2,670. So that's how much we have now to work with. So let's move on to our variable expenses. So variable expenses are in a different account. This is sort of like our spending account. So we have groceries in this one. We are budgeting at the moment $300 a week and have been able to stick to it, which is great. We were doing $350 last year, and we've just changed our grocery spending a little bit in how we shop, so we're able to stick to $300. Eating out this week is getting $50, so that just includes like takeaway or going out to a restaurant. Car, so anything like petrol, parking, is getting $110. We give the boys a little bit of splurge money. They are getting $20 just for things like clothes or haircuts or toys or anything like that. And then Cohen and myself also get some splurge money that goes into our separate accounts and that we can spend on whatever we would like. Cohen's normally goes to like food, beer, coffee, and then mine usually gets saved and I buy clothes, skincare, makeup, things like that. All right, so then we add all those up. So we got the variable total down the bottom here, which is $700, those totaled. So now we go this $2,670 minus the $700. So minus the variable, it leaves us with $1,970 to work with for our sinking funds and our any other goals we have. So I'll flip you over. Just make sure you're in view. All right, so sinking funds, if you're not sure what they are small savings goals that, or they could be big savings goals, that you save a certain amount of money each pay period, if you get paid weekly, fortnightly, to go towards a specific goal, and it might be by a certain date. So what I'll do is we have a few sinking funds, so I might speed up this process. So I'll quickly go and add in all of ours. Okay, so these are our main sinking funds that we are focusing on. Some of these we focus on throughout the whole year. So for example, like boys' birthday, Christmas, holidays, gifts and medical, car service. So most of these get just saved for throughout the whole entire year, where some of these ones, so the ones down the bottom, are only for a short amount of time. So for sport registrations, they're due in April. So once we've saved for that, we won't need to save for that again till next year. Same for Mother's Day. This is a new one, so we're just going to be starting this one this week for Mother's Day in May. So yeah, some of them aren't always on here. Some of them we save for throughout the whole entire year. So boys' birthday always gets $20 a week. Their birthdays are in June, July, which is coming up soon. So we'll have to start looking at some presents for them. But we've got, I think, about $700 saved, which is great. Christmas always gets $40 a week. We have a goal to get $2,000 by start of December. So we're on track for that. Holidays always gets $100 a week. We love to go away in our caravan. So I think our next trip is in Easter. Gifts this week is actually getting $70. Teddy has 2 birthday parties this weekend. So we need to budget a bit more for those. Medical is just getting $20. We're saving up for our dentist appointments, which we've booked, I think, in the next couple of weeks. So put some money towards that. Car rego always gets $25. They're not due yet. I think they're middle of the year. Car service always gets $75. That also includes for new tires as well. New car, we are saving for a new car. We do not want to get a car loan if we don't have to. So we are trying to save as much as we can to go towards this. So we are putting in $500 a week at this stage towards that. Once we get a bit closer, we want it by the end of the year. We might have to put in a bit more, but so at the moment, $500 is going towards that. I think we're up to like $9,000, which is really good. So we'll keep ticking away at that one. House this week, getting $20. That's just for anything like around the house or landscaping or anything like that we need. Family fun, getting 10. Events is getting also 10. That's if like we have a wedding or something come up. Union fees is 20. Cohen has to pay to work on certain jobs, so we have to pay fees for that. Clothing is just getting 5. Giving is also getting 5. Sport Regos has to get $100 this week. They're due really soon, and I had to bump up how much we're putting in so we have enough. So it's getting 100. Teddy starts school next year, and their fees, I'm pretty sure, are about $2,500 for the year. So I want to start saving now, and by the end of the year, we'll have that $2,500 saved, so we won't have to worry about it next year. And Mother's Day, just starting this one this week, $20, and miscellaneous, that's just for anything else random that doesn't sort of fit into these categories, is getting $20. So sinking fund total, $1,110 for this week. A bit higher than normal, but we had to put some more money into some. So then we go that remainder on the other side minus the sinking funds. So we had the $1,970 minus $1,110 is $860 left. So this box over here in the budget planner can be used for whatever you need. If you need more sinking funds, you could add them here. If you want a different section called goals or leftover or extra debt, it can be called whatever you'd like. You might also use it, I know some people are cash spenders, you could use it to do a tally of what sort of like banknotes you would need. So if you like had $5, how many of them you need, $10, how many. So you could do something like that as well. I use it just for leftover, I call mine. So it's the money left over, where do I want it to go? So we are starting a challenge, so we are going to put $10 into that 52-week challenge this week. And then the rest is just going to go into our emergency fund, which is getting $850, which is great this week. So the total of that is $860, and we go $860, take away $860, leaves us with $0, and that's why it's called a zero-based budget. So that is our pay for budget for March. I'll zoom you back out so you can see. So yeah, we fill out one of these a week because we get paid weekly. If you got paid fortnightly, you might only need to use 2 of these. There are 5 in a month, just for those people who do get paid weekly. I think for March is a 5-pay week for us, so we'll be using 5. If you get paid monthly, you'd only need to use 1 of these, but you could use the others for a draft, or it's up to you. But if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.